Hello everyone! Welcome to Tinig Talks, where we give voice to stories and conversations that help us understand kids better, one episode at a time.
That's right. And I'm Chayo Ordiales along with July Canyon. And in today's episode, we're talking about something that I believe that everyone can relate to, maski parents. And that is...
Protecting your space in the digital world.
Alam mo, July, yung topic natin for this episode kasi this was actually talked about in Munting Kwento. The Munting Kwento series, the one we've been... Sorry.
Yeah, we've been mentioning it a lot in this podcast.
Yeah.
Kasi partner natin sila, of course. And dun kasi sa kwento na yon, what happened, yung character, his name Liam, a 10-year-old bright and creative kid who loves art. Tapos one day, he created an online account to share his drawings and comics. Of course, at first, it was all fun and exciting. Especially when one of his comics went viral. Ang daming likes, shares, and of course, comments. But later on, dun sa kwento, things started to get a little complicated.
Tama, because along with all that attention came unexpected challenges, like learning how to stay safe and protect his online privacy.
Yeah, that's actually the tricky part din kasi. Kasi the internet can be a great space for creativity and connection then with friends and other relationships. Pero kasi, alam mo yun, kailangan din natin na matutunan na pangalagaan yung privacy natin. Especially, kunyari si Liam, artist siya. Siyempre, kailangan din niya i-protect yung works niya kasi pagmamayari din niya yun.
So in today's episode, we'll talk about online safety, how to protect your child, especially in the digital space.
So let's start with this question muna. Ikaw ba, how often do you post online?
How often do I post online? Well, lately, I think it's more often than before, like the past few years for me. Kasi I found na I actually wanted to keep a lot of memories like throughout my studies in college. So I just kept that as a log. Pero before, I wasn't really posting that much.
So, saang platform ka usually active?
Mostly ngayon, Instagram. I don't know why. Kasi I think the Reels really got me. Sa kakascroll ko, I think my TikTok feed is now like really bad. So I just switched to Instagram Reels. How about you?
Yeah, tsaka kasi kapag sa TikTok, it's more of like consuming rather than
true.
posting. Nagpo-post ka ba sa TikTok?
No.
Hindi rin masyado talaga.
Nagpo-post ako kapag like filters with my nephews and nieces. It's funny. It's really funny.
Yes, pero kapag posting, ako kasi personally, sobrang pala post ko. Pero, meron kasing dump account. Sa dump account ako sobrang maingay. Dun sa main,
alam.
like, kasi syempre, alam mo yun, parang pa-mysterious pa tayo sa
Diba?
main account. Pero kapag sa dump, girl, halos araw, hindi nga halos, araw-araw talaga ako may pinopost na story.
Oh my God, I see everything. I feel like I've seen your whole life through your dump. Nung latest ata na nakita ko, naglalaro ko ng Plants vs. Zombies.
Well,
Of course, getting your screen time ba yun?
of course, sulitin ng
Oh my
screen
God,
time.
how is your screen time, by the way?
Hindi ko kasi talaga siya masabi kasi may cellphone, tapos naglalaro ko sa iPad.
Tapos
Tapos gumagawa ng schoolwork sa computer. So,
would that be counted as screen time pag sa schoolwork?
I think so. Screen time pa rin naman siya, pero
Productive screen time. Okay, fine.
So, pwede din, but like,
Yeah, so, pero what's interesting is, like, kung tayo nga as adults or like teens, like early 20s, di ba? Madalas mag-post. So, what more yung kids today, di ba? Kasi to be honest, halos lahat na ata ng bata ngayon, may online presence na, oh my God, kwento ko sa yung, nag-NSTP kami. So, those kids were like 7 years old to 12, like the same age range na pinag-uusapan namin. Grabe, wala silang pinag-usapan kundi yung TikTok nila, nagtatanungan agad sila ng socials, and it was like, a very closed section na puro lang social media din pinag-uusapan. So, I was just really shocked na, wow, we got to a point na sobrang bata na, eto na yung pinag-uusapan nyo, like how you see yourself online, right? So, What are your thoughts about that ba?
Actually kami din, relate din ako dyan. Nung nag-NSTP kasi kami before, like around last year, yeah, I think so. Yung mga kids din doon, very grabe, sobrang updated sila sa trends.
Diba?
Like in-underestimate namin sila. Kasi ang
Oo.
sabi sa amin, like yung kids na nandun is very young, like 4
Mm.
years old, 6 years
Oo.
old. So in-expect naman namin na hindi yung mga
Kaya,
trending.
oo, hindi sila up to date with the
Akala namin
ano.
mga cartoons, ganun
Diba?
yung gusto nila. Tapos na nandun na kami kung ano-anong pinaparequest nila na K-pop song or trending song sa TikTok na
Oo.
i-play. So nagulat talaga kami kasi at this age, sobrang updated na nila. Like,
Grabe.
behind pa kami sa lagay na yon kasi mas updated pa sila sa amin. And like ngayon din, kapag nagsuscroll ako sa TikTok, ang dami ko nakikita na bata mismo yung nagpo-post.
Oo.
I don't know if that's even legal kasi di ba may age consent sa TikTok. Pero ngayon, ang daming bata na mismo yung nagpo-post, hindi yung parents themselves, yung bata talaga. yung nagko-content.
Magugulat ka na lang yung kapag nagsuscroll ka, nakikita mo may bata na nakahiga, tapos may mga likes na tiga
Yeah.
3 likes.
I
Tapos
see them.
magugulat ka, sino to? Tapos feeling ko lang, yung niya, parang ginagamit nila yung TikTok account ng mga parents nila, tapos doon sila nagpo-post.
Yeah.
Kaya sila napapasa dun sa mga age restrictions, right?
Actually. Tsaka kasi din, to be honest, medyo hindi rin naman strict yung sa age restriction. Like,
Oo.
ako personally, nung bata ako, like, hindi pa ako pasok doon sa age. Pero naglalay lang ako about sa age ko. Okay naman, na-approve naman.
It's not like they ask for like
Birth
videos,
certificate or something. Kasi alam mo, yung edad ko ata ngayon sa Facebook,
Ano?
sobrang tanda ko na ata doon.
50?
Like, kasi bata pa ako may Facebook. So, yung age ko doon, way older than my current age right
That's
now.
crazy.
Tapos di ko naman pwede baguhin kasi ba't ko baguhin yung
Diba?
age ko, di ba? Hindi lagot ako
Nakakatamad.
sa Facebook. Nahuli pa ako.
Oh my God, that was so funny. I think mine was like 82. Parang ganun. Minsan na-update ako ng mga parang nag-update yung mga birthdays ng friends ko. Makikita mo, ilang taon na sila. Like, hello?
Happy birthday.
Happy
Chayu
birthday.
is now
Na
82
82
years
years
old.
Ganun pala yun, ah.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, tayo.
Na-distract tayo
Oo,
sa
medyo
usapan
lang, medyo
natin. Okay,
lang.
balik na tayo sa topic.
Okay. So, balik tayo sa mga batang nagpo-post, yung pinag-uusapan
Yeah.
natin. You know, I find it really cute actually. It's cute sometimes, pero you can really see the creativity with it. Like, whether it's art, dancing videos, or just showing their daily life. So, it's fun to watch. Pero, minsan, kahit simple lang intention, hindi mo may iwasan mag-worry kasi may mga kasamang risks din. So, yung
Tama.
sinabi kasamang risks, I feel like if hindi natin nababantayan yung mga bata, there are a lot of child predators out there, di ba? So, magugulat ka na lang kung sino-sino na lang yung nagko-comment dun sa mga post ng mga bata.
Kaya nga. Tapos hindi lang din sa predators, like kahit mga haters, gano'n. Eh, syempre bata, hindi naman sila, alam mo yun, hindi pa nila kaya mag-deal with that much hate and negativity. And ayun talaga, knowing that the digital world isn't always safe.
Exactly. Kaya kahit gusto nilang mag-share, hindi natin alam kung sino yung nakikita nila, kung anong information ba yun. Tapos nag-share sila, super unknowingly talaga. Like, honestly, we can't always stop them kasi if tayo nga natutuwa mag-share online, di ba? Paano pa sila, lalo na kapag viral?
Yeah. Speaking of that, ikaw ba? Have you ever had a post that went viral?
No. Kasi I'm so low-key lang in social media. Pero I know tons of people, like, even people I'm close to, I think. I think some people in the room here got like 1 million views.
Yeah.
Just because it was, like a relatable video.
Yes.
Sorry, tumitingin ako dun sa bank camera kasi nandoon talaga siya.
Okay lang yan. Malay mo naman, ikaw na yung next na mag-trending. Hindi na lang yung someone dito sa room yung nag-trending. Kasama ka na din. Malay mo kapag nag-TikTok dance ka, di ba? Mag-blow up
Grabe,
yan.
ayoko na talaga. I can't, bro. Oh my God. Pero kidding aside, right? I think what matters more is how we protect our privacy and boundaries online. Personally, I keep mine safe by protecting my passwords from people. So, meron na tayo ngayon, I think, like 2-step verification, right? So, I feel like, yung katulad nung sinabi ko kanina, like, ginagamit nung mga kids yung accounts ng mga parents to post their stuff. And I think what would be best for that is like creating like a password for apps
Yes.
or like two-step verification nga, may ganun.
Ako naman kasi personally, I protect naman my account and like my safety sa internet. Kasi yung account ko, lahat sila private. Para alam mo yun, na-filter through ko pa rin yung mag-follow sa akin, mag-friend request. And also, ako kasi, medyo medyo lore drop na to. Kasi,
Sige,
kasi
go.
sobrang active ko before sa Stan Twitter, if you're familiar.
Oo.
K-pop fan kasi ako. So, and sa Stan Twitter, hindi ko talaga ginagamit yung totoong name ko. Wala akong information na nilalabas doon. Kasi syempre, nung nag-start din ako doon sa Stan Twitter, very young pa ako, pero I already knew na I had to protect talaga my information. Hindi naman porket same kami ng fandom, ay isispill ko na yung buong details ng buhay ko. So ayun, nagkikip pa din talaga ako ng boundaries when it comes to online.
That's true. Kasi let's be real. An online attention really feels good, diba? So the likes and the comments, tas all of those compliments you get, it's fun and it's validating. Pero minsan, that attention can lead to some risks. Ika nga nila, diba?
Yes, and there are also people online na kung mag-act sila parang ang friendly, like at first they comment nice things or send messages, but later on, nagko-cross na talaga ng boundaries.
Diba? So that's why both kids and parents should learn to recognize flags early. Like when someone asks for personal info, photos, or wants to move conversations to private messages, or kahit subtle things like someone insisting to talk kahit hindi naman komportable, those are major, major red flags.
Yes, and I believe din kasi mas mahirap pa yan if yung bata lang yung nag-handle ng account niya, tapos yung parent, unaware pa na may existing account siya. And I think at a young age, kids should be taught how to handle those kinds of situations.
Yes, this without taking the fun. So, syempre, if you're in the shoes of the parents, medyo challenging to, di ba? Kasi baka akalain ng mga bata na ini-invade mo yung personal space nila.
Yes, kasi I think it starts with communication talaga. Kasi instead of, alam mo yun, pagbabawalan lang yung mga bata na like,
Oo.
bawal niya, huwag ka mag-cellphone, bawal ka magka-Facebook,
Yeah.
ganito, ganyan. Maybe ask them first, like, what do you like posting? Or who are you following online? Kasi hindi mo naman talaga syempre mapapagbawalan completely. Nowadays kasi normalized na talaga na may social media accounts. So kaya dapat i-regulate na lang rather than
Diba?
pagbawalan.
Exactly. So, it's about guidance, not control. Kasi, online safety shouldn't kill the fun vibe, di ba? Instead, it should make kids feel empowered and protected.
Pero madami pa tayong kailangan matutunan when it comes about like digital space. Lalo na kapag serious na talaga yung situation.
This episode of Tinig Talks is brought to you by the Munting Tinig Project and our Munting Cuentos storybooks. Meaningful stories for modern families raising digitally connected kids.
Moving on to our next segment, Tinig Stories. Pero this time, medyo iba siya kasi we managed to interview an attorney before the recording, although sadly, he couldn't make it today.
Oh, sayang naman.
True, but don't worry, we still got his insights on today's topic. So ikaw, ano ba yung gusto mong malaman in line with our topic today?
Since we're talking about protection, right? I've always wondered, meron ba talagang existing laws that protect kidfluencers or parang wala pa ba?
Oh, sakto yung tanong mo. Kasi the attorney actually explained that, eto, coming talaga to sa kanya verbatim.
Oh.
According to him, meron talaga tayong existing laws that protects children from online sexual abuse and exploitation. However, because of the advancement of technology, current laws are not sufficient. As a matter of fact, no law yet addresses the long-term digital effect of these public exposure of children, including possible trauma or other psychological harm from overexposure of children from social media contents. And he also mentions that kasi na, while we think that, oh, they are okay, in fact, they are enjoying. Some parents would even say na, we film and share this as a memory of the milestones of our children, but we do not really know what effect would this brought to these children. And he also adds na, while we do not have specific law yet providing guidelines on children exposure in social media content, these children being the subject of a content creation for social media is being protected by the Constitution, our family code, and some other special laws such as the RA 7610, RA 11930, and of course the Data Privacy Act. We have this guiding principle that best interest of the child. So if the act is detrimental to the development of the child, then the matter shall be resolved in the best interest of the child as well.
Grabe. So, super, super insightful nung mga nakuha nating information. So, when you hear it like that, it makes you realize na, yes, may laws na tayo to protect children from really serious harm. But at the same time, hindi ba nakakabahala na wala pa tayong clear guidelines? And totoo yung sinabi ni attorney, no? Na parang we only often see the cute moments nung mga videos na to. So, parents don't always see yung possible long-term effects. Like, the digital footprint stays. The comments stay. The videos stay. And the child grows up with that. Parang ang bigat, pero ang importante pag-isipan.
Exactly. And as parents, guardians, or even our viewers, ang dali kasi nating ma-carried away na, oh, it's harmless. Masaya naman yung mga bata, so
Diba?
okay lang yan. But in fact, hindi natin alam kung talagang naiintindihan ng mga kids kung ano yung ginagawa niya. Kasi of course, sa point of view niya, they're having fun, but hindi pa nila alam yung weight ng repercussions ng ginagawa nila. And yung principle na, ayun nga, best interest of the child, ang ganda kasing reminder no, kasi every decision should be filtered through that. Not best interest ng content, nor best interest of income, but yung interest talaga ng child. Kasi kapakanan niya yung involved dito.
Kaya nga eh. So parang ang bilis natin makalimutan na bata pa rin sila. Kids can't always say no. They can't set boundaries on their own. They don't understand privacy yet, or consent in a way that adults do. So the responsibility sits with the parents. And honestly, it's mixed emotions, you know? Parang you don't know as a parent kung makakampante ka, di ba? So kahit papano, protected naman sila under the law. But at the same time, it's still scary kasi may mga bagay na the law can't prevent unless adults act responsibly.
'Di ba? Like we mentioned din earlier na kunyari may regulation sa Facebook, sa age restriction.
Oo.
Practically part yun ng law, pero nalalabag naman natin. Kasi
Oo.
madami talagang hindi nako-cover ng mga batas natin.
That's true.
And that's why having conversation like this matters talaga.
Feeling ko, hindi talaga sobrang strict yung mga ganun nila, di ba? Like, for age restrictions, sinabi natin kanina, na nahahack nga natin eh, di ba? Paano pa kaya yung iba?
82 years old ka na nga, di ba?
Oo, di nyo alam. I'm so wise, guys. Di nyo alam. Speaking of protecting children online, so I also remembered he shared something interesting about us, actually. So, since as viewers, we play a huge part when it comes sa mga kidfluencers. Kasi when you look at it, parang nanonood tayo ng mga contents lang online. Tayo pa yung nakaka-notice na something feels off. Whether it's the environment, the way the child is acting, or just the overall vibe.
Yeah, I remember din kasi sabi ni attorney na in today's social media culture, viewers really do have the power to raise concerns. So, hindi lang tayo bystander. The first step is to report the content directly to the platform para hindi na siya ma-share or kumalat pa.
Diba?
Especially if there are any signs of exploitation. Ayun din kasi yung issue sa kultura ng mga netizens na ngayon. Instead na i-report or mag-take ng action, isa-spread pa talaga kahit harmful na siya. And some people also call out the uploader or the parents, which happens naman talaga. But as advised by attorney, the priority, according to him, is to stop the spread first, then escalate to the proper authorities if needed.
Kasi, at the end of the day, the goal is to always protect the children.
Yes, tama. And with that, sadly, this is the last major advice that attorney shared with us.
Ano ba?
But this is actually a good one. So we asked him kasi, how can parents make sure their child's work as an influencer isn't exploitative or excessive.
Mm.
And attorney answered naman na, when a child is exposed on social media, they become more vulnerable to overexposure, pressure, even exploitation, lalo na kung influencer na sila at a young age.
Mhm.
Sabi niya, ideally, if parents have the means, it's better to shield their kids from social media altogether.
Mhm.
Yes, content creation can bring financial benefits, but it also brings risks that can affect a child's development. Pero for families na may kids already involved in content creation,
Yeah.
he emphasized that parents should strictly supervise the child, follow child labor laws,
Mhm.
make sure that their work isn't too heavy or
Correct.
exploitative, and personally manage the child's account to protect them from bullying, bashing, and other online harms.
Yes, it's really interesting actually. So that sums up the whole point of what we're trying to say to our listeners. And tama talaga siya. That parents should be the ones handling and protecting their children's accounts.
'Di ba? Hindi pwede kasi yung bata nga yung exposed, tapos yung adults naman detached. Kasi dapat responsibility yun ng adults or parents.
Mm-mm. There's always, there should always be guidance
Yeah.
throughout their learning, kahit ano talaga.
Ang interesting talaga na ang dami nating natutunan and realizations in a short period of time. And it actually made us realize that we are still missing a few aspects when it comes to laws that protect us and especially children that involve the digital space kasi there are still a lot of gray areas that need attention from our lawmakers.
Right? Kasi hindi lang ito tungkol dun sa content creation kundi sa mental health and safety ng mga bata online.
Exactly. Kaya perfect itong discussion natin kasi it gave us a bit of a knowledge when it comes to the law. So, thanks to the attorney that we interviewed.
Oo nga, sino ba yun? Joke. So with that, ano kaya ang mga advice na pwede natin i-share sa mga listeners natin na pwede nilang i-apply ng both parents and kids nila?
Okay, so first, of course, think before you post. Tandaan na once something's online, mahirap na itong burahin.
Mm-mm. Secondly, never trust someone easily online. So, importante talaga to Hindi lahat ng nagme-message sa'yo can be your friend. So, remember to always be cautious, guys. Especially, grabe.
Yes, kaya parents out there, always check on your kids kasi who knows, baka yung online friends nila aren't really friends at all. And of course, third, keep personal information private. Like I was mentioning earlier,
Oo.
'di ba? Kasi kahit yung mga maliliit na details, pwedeng magbigay ng malalaking clue tungkol sa identity mo.
That's actually really scary, no? Like, imagine, even just a glimpse of your house, pwede ka nang matrace. Grabe talaga yung mga taong nangdodok sa internet.
Yes.
Kaya nilang hanapin kung anong gusto nilang
Information, 'di
hanapin.
ba? Yes.
Nakakatakot.
Kaya, yun nga, according to that na rin na, ako, if I post, usually within close friends nga lang, like I mentioned sa dump account, ganon.
Oo.
Kasi I really do blur out personal information or I sometimes, when I attend an event the day
Mm-mm.
after or week after pa ako magpo-post, for safety na din kasi matatrack nila yung real-time location mo eh.
Diba? So, fourth is to block and report suspicious accounts. So, don't be afraid to protect yourself and your space online kasi this is your right. You have your right to privacy.
Yes. And lastly, always protect your content. Lahat ng pinaghirapan mo deserves to be safe and respected. Kasi applicable din to sa atin kasi syempre, di ba, multimedia arts tayo.
Oo.
And we have our works online.
Diba?
So, important din na, alam mo yun, mapaprotect natin yung mga works natin at hindi siya mananakaw ng iba.
Mahirap yun kapag nakuha nila.
Yes.
So, kaya mga parents and kids listening out there, remember that being online can be fun and educational, pero safety should always come first.
And remember, habits start young talaga. The safer kids learn to be online now, the better prepared they'll be as adults. And And with that, dito na nagtatapos ang episode natin for today. Ang dami nating napag-usapan in this episode from Liam's story to the realities of posting online and of course, the insights shared by our attorney.
Mga sobrang eye-opening nitong episode na to. It reminds us really that the digital world can be fun. So, being creative and full of opportunities, pero kasama din dun yung responsibility to protect ourselves. And most importantly, yung mga kids. Always be mindful of what your child posts, okay?
Yes, kasi at the end of the day, hindi naman natin sinasabing bawal ang internet or bawal ang content creation. What we want is awareness. Gusto nating maging mindful lahat, parents, guardians, and even young content creators.
Diba? Kaya laging natin tandaan, think smart, stay safe, and protect your online space. Thank you so much for joining us today on Tinig Talks.
And don't forget to tune in next time for another episode of Tinig Talks, where we'll talk about the complexities of being famous at a young age. This has been Tinig Talks, where every voice matters.
And every story finds its time to shine.
See you on the next episode!